welcome to another episode of Breadcast Movie and TV Talk. So if you've already not heard, Bumblebee is not doing that well at the box office. This can be a good and bad thing because it could go the route of like Venom, where it stays in theaters for a short time and then 2 months later is already out on Blu-ray and DVD. Now these box office numbers are also only in North America right now because the movie has not yet come out in Japan or China. The China release, well, I guess at the time of this it has come out in China, and the Japan release is sometime in March, which is kind of crazy, but they release local films before big Hollywood movies, so that does make sense. So right now, Bumblebee is around the 21 million mark just in North America. And I'm hoping that the China and Japan releases will help, but I think the movie will struggle in China. This is because China primarily goes to see an action film like the past 5 Transformers movies, but Bumblebee is more character driven with a little action sprinkled throughout. Now, I'm not saying that it is definitely going to not do well in China, but given how much they like action movies over anything, I think it'll do fine in Japan, more so than China, because there's a lot more Transformers fans, especially since Japan is where Transformers originates from. Now, something else I want to touch on is this whole Rotten Tomatoes thing. I watched the Rage of Nations videos about the Rotten Tomatoes score for Bumblebee being about a 93% or so, and yeah, that's fantastic. Now, in his video, Alex says that it's not a big deal, because I agree. I think you can't use Rotten Tomatoes website to determine how good a movie is because of exactly how Alex explains how Rotten Tomatoes works, which I'm glad he did, because I never knew how it worked. What he said is that, if 80 critics go watch Bumblebee and they all give it a 6 out of 10, that gives it 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it may be at a 93%, but who knows how many critics actually rated it high or low, etc., and how well it did in the fans' eyes, which is about the only reason anyone cares about Rotten Tomatoes and seeing, the fans' views versus the critics' views. One of the things I really hated though about Alex's video is when he was talking about his top 10 list for movies of 2018, that he had put Mission Impossible Fallout number 1 and Bumblebee number 4, versus I put Bumblebee number 2, only topped by Infinity War, with Mission Impossible Fallout not even making my list because that movie was shit. But that's pretty much all for his video that I didn't really care for. And that's all I have to say. So, thanks for watching and goodbye.